Hello everybody! Today we're going to be learning about algebra. More specifically, we're going to understand the basics. So for this, we're going to be learning about simplifying expressions, solving equations, and manipulating terms. Let's go! So firstly, what is algebra? Algebra uses letters like x or y to represent unknown numbers. It helps us write problems in a way that we can solve using logic and math. So for example, if you have x plus 3 equals 7, then x must be 4. Now we're going to be learning why it's 4 in today's presentation. So, why is algebra important? Well, algebra is important because it's a fundamental branch of mathematics. It provides us a framework for understanding and solving problems. And not only that, but it'll help you with your critical thinking, problem solving, and logical reasoning, which are essential for success in many fields and everyday life. So let's get going. So firstly, we're going to be learning about algebraic vocabulary. Firstly, we have variables. Variables is a letter that stands for a number. For example, X or Y. This can be any letter in the alphabet. So now we're going to move on to coefficient. The coefficient is a number multiplied by a variable. For example, 3 and 3x. Now this can be any number as well. So now we have constant. Constant is a number that does not change. For example, plus 5 or negative 2. Then we have expression. A combination of variables, numbers, and operations. For example, 2x plus 3. And then now we have equation. A math sentence that shows two things are equal. For example, 2x plus 3 equals 9. Let's move on. We're going to be learning about simplifying expressions. These have no equal signs. So, to simplify an expression, you need to combine like terms, use a distributive property if needed. Let's try the first example. So, you need to simplify 3x plus 2x plus 4. Here, you need to combine the ones with x. So 3x, we're going to combine with 2x, which will be 3x plus 2x, which is going to be 5x. Basically, it's going to be 3 plus 2. So the end product will be 5x plus 4. We do not combine 4 as 4 does not have an x. For example 2, we have 2x plus 3 in a bracket. So for this one, we have to use distributive method. For example, we have to do 2 times x plus 2 times 3. In this one, we do not combine x plus 3 because they are not alike, and we have to multiply 2 with both x and 3. So the end product will become 2x plus 6. Let's move on. Like terms, what are they? So 3x and 7x are like terms. 3x and 5 are not like terms because unlike 3x and 7x, 5 does not have an x. So we can't combine 3x and 5 together. Then we have 4x squared and 2x. Now you might think that these two can be combined, but these two cannot be combined actually because they have different exponents, so we can't combine them. Since 4x has a square, which is our power 2, while 2x does not. Now let's move on. Solving simple linear equations. So these are the steps to solve this, which is simplifying both sides if needed, move variable terms to one side, move constants to the other side, and divide or multiply to isolate the variable. This is an example of it. 2x plus 3 equals 11. Firstly, we have to subtract 3 or move it, which will become 2x equals 8. Then we have to divide both sides by 2, which will make it x plus 4. Now we need to divide it by 2 since we want the x to be alone so we can find it. Now we're going to move on to the next slide, which is a practice. Let's try it together. You can pause the video to do it. And now we're going to show the answer. So let's try A first. X plus 5 equals 12. For this, you just have to minus the 5 from the equation. So 12 minus 5 will equal to 7, which means x will equal to 7. Next, we have 3x equals to 15. For this, we just have to divide it by 3, which means 15 divided by 3 equals to 5. Then we have c, which is 2x plus 1 equals 9, which lets us use our previous skills to do it. So firstly, we have to minus the 1 from the equation, which will make the 9 8, and then we're going to divide by 2 since it's 2x. So it'll become 4. So x will equal to 4. Now let's move on to the next question, which will be about the distributive property. This is used when you multiply a number with a group in parentheses. A bracket b plus c bracket equals ab plus c. So this is an example like we've seen before. 3 bracket x plus 4 bracket equals 3x plus 12. This is because we times 3 with x and we also times 3 with 4. So it's a very simple way to do it. So let's move on. Now we have to rearrange them and manipulate expressions. This uses the distributive property, this combines like terms, and this factors common terms. So for x plus 8, we have to factor out the 4, which will make it 4x plus 2 because 4 is a common factor between 4x and 8. Now let's move on. Solving two-step equations. This is what we saw before. Basically, we have two steps for it. So for the example, we have 5x minus 3 equals 12. For this, we have to add 3 since it's minus 3 this time, which will make the equation 5x equals 15. And then for step 2, we divide the 5, which makes the x 3, since 15 divided by 5 is 3. Now let's move on to the next slide, which which you have to try this equation. You can stop the video to do the equation. Now let's see the answer for this equation, which is 3. Now it's 3 because we have to move the 6 to the other side, which will do it by minusing the 6, which will be 18 minus 6, which will be 12. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, since we need to make the x alone. Next, we're gonna have another practice, this time with more questions. You can pause the video to do each question, and I'll explain how to do them in the next slide. Now, let us go to the answers. So, for first one, it's going to be x equals to 6. This is a 6 because 36 divided by 6 will equal to 6. Then we have question 2. For question 2, this lets us use two steps. So, for first step, we're going to minus a 3 from the equation. So, 11 minus 3 will equal to 8. Then we divide that 8 by 2, which will make it x minus 4. Next, we have 5 bracket x minus 1 bracket 20. This allows us to combine all the skills that we've learned today to do it. So firstly, let us multiply 5x, which will become 5x. Then we multiply 5 to negative 1, which will be 5, basically. So in the left side, it'll be 5x minus 5. Now we have to plus the 5 so we can get to the other side. So it'll become 5x equals 25. Then the last step is to divide it by 5 since it's 5x. So 25 divided by 5 will be 5. Now we have the last question, which is 3x minus 5 equals x plus 9. For this, it may seem a bit difficult as there's more components, but it's actually not difficult. For first step, we can move the 5 to the other side, which is replace it by 5. So we're gonna make it 9 plus 5, which will become 14. Then we still have an x on the other side, so we're going to move the singular x on the right side, to the other side, which will become minus since we're gonna minus it. So the x will become 2x on the left side, then we're going to have 14 on the right side. So 14 divided by 2 will become 7. Let's go on to the next slide, which is common mistakes to avoid. So these are common mistakes that people usually make, including myself. So forgetting to do the same thing to both sides. This is like if you multiply both sides or if you minus it or plus, yeah. So mixing up like and unlike terms, this may be a common mistake if you're writing the equation down and you forget to write an x or you write an extra x on accident. And last one is not using the distributive property correctly. You might do like a mistake while counting it, like you forget to multiply by 2, like in the example mistake, which is 2 bracket x plus 3 bracket equals 2x plus 3. Now, that is wrong because while the 2x is correct, the plus 3 is wrong as we did not multiply by 2 since we should multiply the 3 by 2 as well. So the answer should be 2x plus 6. So this is a recap and takeaway for it. Firstly, simplify by combining like terms, use the distributive property, solve the equations by balancing both sides, and always double check your work to ensure that you've done each step correctly. Now, this is very important so you do not make a mistake. So, these are optional challenge questions that you can do, and the answers will be in the description below. Thank you, and make sure to keep practicing your algebra skills, as this will help you with your future and with the rest of your career, basically. Thank you, and goodbye.